Hello guys, welcome to yet another Revit structure tutorial, and kindly subscribe and share knowledge with your mates to be able to motivate me to keep sharing knowledge in the BIM world. So in today's session, we shall look at modeling beams and beam systems in Revit structure. So before we model beams, they are placement elements, so they should be placed on top of columns. So the first step we should do is to first define the columns. And when we draw columns, we draw them at the lower level, then we draw the beams at the upper level. So if we put our columns on the ground floor, the beams will be on the next floor, and in this case, our next floor is the story 1. So we shall edit here, choose our concrete beam. So we shall take a 400 by 400 concrete column, place it at the grid points. Then we shall select from here to here, then we finish. So our columns have been inserted into our view. So next we shall go to the next level, which is story 1, to insert the beams. So when we come here to our structure beams, we shall still select a concrete beam. So we can select a concrete beam, this one. Then we can edit type it. Then we can duplicate it. So it has to be the depth of 600 with a width of 450. Apply, then OK. So when we come here to our options bar, we shall enable place on tag. Then we can also edit our options bar. So our level of placement is here, story 1. We can again choose any other story from here. Then we could enable chain to be able to keep sketching. So we shall draw from here to here to here. So our tags are coming along with our beams. So to change the size of the tags, I can first change the detail to coarse and to it's locked. So the tags could be controlled by the scale. If you increase the scale or reduce it, the level of the tags will also be able to fit in within. So next we shall draw the horizontal beams. So again to the beam tool. So again we enable, so we can from here to here to here to here to here to here to here. So yes, so our beams have been inserted into our model. So when you go to a 3D view, so this is how our 3D view looks like. So we can be able to copy multiple with the tags to other points. So returning back to our story 1, we could be able to select our beams here. Then you can choose copy multiple. We shall copy from here up to this column center line. Then again, place it here. it is showing that there's a, I think there's a column on top, which we are copying. Also, we can again filter our selections to be able to copy it without placing numerous objects on top of each other. So we shall select here, and we shall filter, and we shall remove the structure columns. So now we shall only copy our beams. So still on copy multiple, we're able to copy from this column center line, this column center line, and this column center line. So now our horizontal beams have been added. So next we shall need to copy the vertical beams to other levels. So we shall select them. Then we shall filter selection, remove the columns. Then we can again copy multiple. This column center line, this column center line, this column center line, that column center line. Into this column center line, into this column center line, again to this column center line. So after that, next we shall need to copy the tags. We shall select this tag, Control, select the other, then again copy multiple. So we can tag it, copy it from here to here to here. So yeah, so that is how our project now looks like. So still we can still control our tags. So yeah, so now our model looks better with our tags in a smaller view. It's less compacted when we edit our scale. So when you select the beam, you can still be able to control it using the beam grips. So you can drag it to be able to change its position in case you want to put an opening or something else. So when you come here, it has been able to create a gap. So still by dragging a beam, it would be able to change its positions in the model. So still, you can again right click to create similar beams using the create similar icon, using the create similar shortcut. So you could be able to create a beam from here to here using the same create similar shortcut. So still we have inserted our concrete beams, so still the same procedure which would follow to insert the steel beams. So still would go to the beam icon. You select the size from here if you want to insert. You need first to draw the columns in place, column, then you can choose an IPE column, then at grids, then you can able to select from here there. Then you can finish. So when you go to our 3D view, yeah, these are our steel columns. So you can still delete the unnecessary columns. So then after we could try to load in more beams. So go to beam, could load the family. Then we come back to path content. This is English UK. Then we look at the structural framing. Then we could look at steel. So you could be able to bring other steel sections. So if you want to bring castellated beams, circular beams, cellular beams, so they could all be gotten from here. In this case, we shall go for Europe standard. Then we can choose rectangular square hole section. Then okay, we could choose the sizes we want to load into our project. So this, shift select this. Then okay. So still in our beam section, so these are our two sections we loaded into the project. So we could still choose at grids. Then you could select from here to here. And you could finish. Let's go back to our 3D view. It's giving us a warning. Oof. Seems our beams were inserted in the wrong positions. So we have to go back to our ground floor. So we already set them on this story one, so we can select. And structural columns, okay. So we can delete them. Then we can return to our ground floor. So that we add columns. In this case, you're going the IPE. Then at grids, we could first add columns. Vertical column, could add one here, and one here, another one here, another one here, another one there, another one there, here, and here. Let's go to 3D view and see if they are the right positions. Yeah. And now they have been added in the right positions. So returning back to our ground floor, could be able to add more columns using that grids. Select from here to there. So when you go back to our 3D view, yes, our columns have been added, but here these are being on the wrong side. So going back to our ground floor, we could add other columns. So we could add one here. Oh, we added it in the same place. So let's go to 3D view. So yes, we're adding the same place. So we could come back here, add it here, 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 and there. So we can go back to 3D view. Yeah, so we've been able to add columns into our model. So we could select these other steel columns using the Ctrl select, and we delete them. So now going to our story one, we could be able to add our beams. So beams, then we go to these new hollow beams which we loaded from our family. Then we could add them normally as we have been doing before. So we add from here to there. Then we can select this, then copy multiple from here to here, there, to there, to there, to there, there. So again, we can add these hollow beams from here to here, there, there, there. So they're coming there tags. So still we could select this, filter select, disable structure columns, okay, and copy multiple from here to there. So going to our 3D view, you can be able to see, wow, so this is how our 3D view looks like with our beams inserted on our columns. So the next we shall do is to draw the radial beams onto these steel columns. So still in story one, we could go to beam, take the same rectangular or square section. Then we use the peak, start, end, arc radius to be able to add our radial beams. So we select from here to here, then we hover there. So then next we select here, there. So next we shall select here and there. So next you can select here, position it there. So when you go to our 3D view, yes, our radial beams have been inserted, and in our story one, they appear with their tags, so we can still custom our scale. Could use 1 to 50. Okay. Yeah, so this one brings our tags more visible and more clear. So the next step we shall go to is adding beam systems to fill in the gaps within the beams. So the beam systems will be added with the type and spacing specifications to be able to add our beam systems. So when we zoom into one bay, here we come to our structure tab, then beam systems. So we could select the automatic beam system. We could come here and opt for a smaller beam. So here, this is the beam which we had used before. So we could select that. And just the specification must be center line space, maximum spacing, then at 300, then the system, main system. So when you hover here, it gives the span direction. So either side of where you hover at gives the span direction. So we shall select here, and this has given us span direction with our tag. So the beam tag appears So inserting beam systems is as easy as that. So when you go to a 3D view, yeah, so these are our inserted beam systems, and they are concrete in nature. So still, going back to our story one, we could still insert a beam system here. So we could go to again beam system. We could use a steel beam type. Use a small one here. Then you could select here. And also select here. So after you could select the tag, and move it a little bit inwards. Select the tag. Try to move it. Yeah. So still when you come to the 3D view, our hollow beam systems have been inserted. So this is how you could insert beam systems in a Revit model. So hovering around the edges, you are able to select the beam system. So when you select each member, you want to select that member, but if you want to select the entire members, you should hover around the perimeter beams. So you can also sketch a beam system. So let's try sketch one. So beam system, sorry. Beam system. Then we opt for sketch. Then we could look for pick supports. So the first support you pick will determine the direction of the beam system. So the beam direction is already chosen. So you could enable finish. So our beam systems have been created here. So you could select off. So you could let's first select here. So you could filter select. So we could select the structure framing, get that. Disable this. Select the structure framing tabs, then OK. So it's 180 by 12, so we want to delete these tags. Now the tags are off, so we want to copy this specific tag from here. Copy multiple, move it from here to here. So we've been able to place one uniform tag. And we could move it from here to there. So by doing this, we're able to remove the numerous many tags which could have made our project shabby. So that's it for now. In our next session, we shall look at copying and pasting our beams onto other levels. Have a good time.